From the title of the video, you guys see that I am pregnant.
I contributed to him feeling unloved and unneeded. And like I said, he went to go hang out with Aubrey and Ashley was there.
He told me he didn't know what he wanted to do, that it's all moving fast. He wasn't sure if he's ready for fatherhood and all the extra that come with it. Like, it was never like, oh, that's gonna be my wife one day.
Boom. Next thing you know, the worst of the worst happens.
I see Jeremy pull in, but I also seen that it was a female in the passenger seat.
We would talk and just talk about the world, the universe, God. Like, that's all I wanted. I just wanted someone around that.
She said, have my first doctor appointment today. He goes, what's going on? I'm 8 weeks.
She was just kind of looking at me, taking it all in. She was just trying to get the vibe, trying to see what was going on. And I definitely was doing the same thing.
I'm trying to check his story. I'm trying to see what she's saying.
And after that, it honestly seemed like Ashli and Keesha started to move on from the past, making things work for their kids.
Encouraging Jeremy to get on another app and have very inappropriate conversations with him and send him pictures and videos of yourself unclothed and dancing.
I'm sending pictures. You don't think I'm getting pictures and videos back?
In episode 2, we have a lot of things to cover. Now, the timeline picks up from episode 1, so if you guys haven't seen that, make sure to go check out that episode. The link will be in the description below. Today, we'll talk about how people found out about Ashli.
You brought me into this world. You brought the game to me, so I'm playing your game.
What was really in Keesha's book and sit-down video that got a lot of people upset?
Jeremy literally called her one night stand.
If Ashli really tried to extort Keesha,
Trying to basically extort Jeremy for money.
is that true? Was she trying to extort you and Jeremy for money and to make a video or whatever? Plus exclusive receipts and interviews and more.
So no, Martin, I did not feel like kissing her ass.
What are we saying?
Because the whole misconception is
So make sure you watch the whole video through so you don't miss out on any of that. Now, before we get into this drama, I have a huge disclaimer. Please do not harass any of the individuals that will be mentioned in this series. Now, some people have apologized for some of the involvement they've had in this drama. So again, do not harass any of these individuals or their children. So according to Ashli, apparently Keesha loved to have the control over the say-so and when August could come over.
At this point, Miss Ma'am and I are speaking more than me and Mr. Sir. And I could tell that she was enjoying that control, having the say so when August is coming over, asking, you know, can he stay over for a week, for the weekend? Like, hold on now, hold on. I don't need you asking about my son's whereabouts and when and how long can he stay. It's none of your business.
When it came time to communicate about August, she was always interjecting herself in the communication. It would be times when Mr. Sir would go disappearing for days and then she would communicate, in which of course Ash is reaching out to me and I'm like, listen, you need to tell her that you don't have to talk to her when it pertains to August.
But according to the receipts that we have, Ashli actually said that she was going to communicate to Keesha due to Jeremy's bad communication skills. I even gave him a time frame I could bring him. He knew I was coming. I even reconfirmed the day off. So obviously I'm gonna have to go back to communicating with you because there's no reason or excuse in my opinion why he made a plan before speaking with you. She also wanted Keesha to bond with her son. So that kind of makes sense to why she was talking to Keesha at that time. And why Keesha was asking and organizing when August would come over. And as well as that, there is no proof of Keesha asking the whereabouts of August, which makes it seem like it was an exaggeration. Eventually, Keesha ends up giving birth to her third daughter. And some days in, after having a C-section, from what it looks like, Ashli sent her a message. Keesha responds and discusses about August meeting his sister. Ashli sends a message to Keesha saying, hey love, how are you and baby Jay? She says, hey girlie, we're doing good. They are supposed to be discharging us today or in the morning. I know Jeremy said he wanted all of the kids together when we were able to come home. Did you feel comfortable dropping him off to spend a few days with us? Or what do you think? Ashli says, well, I haven't had any communication with him, so that is news to me. I'm not sure I can say I'm 100% comfortable, being that from what I've seen, I don't think he's ready, and 2, I've never spent a night without my baby. Maybe we can try a night out or a whole day and see how that goes. Keesha says, really? I thought y'all had been talking. I know he was trying to come see him. Well, we definitely want you to be comfortable with everything, so let's take it slow. You can definitely bring him over tomorrow afternoon and he can stay with us until the evening so that Jeremy can have have a whole day of knowing his schedule. He really wants to be hands-on. Since you work on Fridays, he can most certainly do the evening, and then you can come and get him the next morning or afternoon once you rest so you can have a break. Ashli says, no, I haven't heard from him since he left for the trip. He had no problem hitting up my sister when I'm his mother. I talk and send you more pics than him. And to be completely transparent, him telling you he wants to be hands-on but doesn't check on August, doesn't ask to see him like that for real, is irritating and full of S. He still doesn't know his schedule, doesn't bother to ask is everything good or what's new with him. I want all the kids to be close, I really do, but what I'm not gonna do is feel like the only time he gets to see his dad is when I have to take him to see him, and then he has to share his time with 3 other babies. Later that day, it seems like Ashli decided to go at her own pace on things and decided to rent to Keesha, saying,
listen, I have mad respect for you, and I can see the love that you have for your girls and how great of a mother you are. However, as a single mother, this situation makes me uncomfortable and gives me a lot of anxiety. The reason being, August is only 4 months and this is my first child. Mr. Sir put us in this situation, so I believe he should be the one to accommodate us in our feelings as the mothers of his children. That being said, I'm choosing to go at my own pace because I want this transition to be comfortable for August and me. It just goes back to the fact that all August knows is me, so we need time to detach. Mr. Sir chose to take his time with this process, so now he needs to respect my decisions on how I choose to handle this situation moving forward. In my opinion, we should take a step back because he still hasn't completed the final steps for his rights as a father. Also, I don't appreciate feeling written out because it feels like you all want everything to do with August and nothing to do with me. But I'm still his mother and I will be active in my child's life. As a mother, I'm sure you can understand where I'm coming from. We've only had 2 visits so far, and to ask for August to visit for days off that doesn't sit well with me. As I stated, Mr. Sir doesn't know August as well as he thinks he does. That does not make me feel any better. He asked me to talk with you, so I did. But at this point, he's not communicating at all. So I say that to say, yes, he was visiting, but watching movies with August is not being a parent. You also have given me insight on how he is with the girl. That being said, you all know that plus no communication does not and will not make me comfortable. There is no reason you should have to ask to speak on his behalf for his other child he created, regardless if it was accidental. It's not okay for him to reach out to my sister, but to not contact me about my son. I'm his mother. How you would feel as a mother if he were to contact your mother to see the girls? Could you honestly say that you would feel comfortable with him being alone with the girls for more than a few hours? I don't think it's fair for you to have to be in the middle, whether it bothers you or not. It's not your job, it's his. I think that you should only have to focus on your new baby, and Mr. Sir needs to fully grow up and speak to me when it comes to our son. I'm not going to allow him to half-ass come around or half-ass communicate. So to end this, I will say that my sister and myself and August will come by on Sunday afternoon, and I think it's best that we finally all sit down and speak.
Keesha says, I totally understand where you're coming from and respect your feelings completely. I definitely believe that since August is you two's, then you guys should ultimately make all decisions mutually, and I'm just here to respect those decisions. Communication has suffered a lot, and you're right. We need to get that sorted out so that everyone is comfortable. But what do you mean you feel like we're writing you off? That's not true. Why do you feel that way?
Period.
Because I have receipts that say otherwise.
She got no response.
So it looks like they were organizing some time to go over to Keesha and Jeremy's house, as you can tell here in these receipts, but it looks like that didn't end up happening because Keesha had to go to hospital. And as you guys know, when they were going to go over, they were also going to have that sit down.
I suggested that he come over a few more times, or that I come over there with the baby a few more times, so that we can keep building the comfortability for all of us, so that way I can see him interacting with the baby and, you know, not having to tell him to change a diaper, or see that he knows what he's doing. Like, he's not just going to be sitting there chilling.
Then on the 7th of August, Keesha messages her and says, hey girlie, I'm just checking in. Hope all is well. I've had a rough week healing, but I'm feeling much better now. I know Jeremy was trying to see when you guys could visit, but I was swelling up badly and needed to rest for a few days. Just let me know your next day and you're available to come by with August so that he can meet his sister. Ashli still didn't respond to Keesha, but on the 12th of August, from what Ashli has shown on her video, she did write him saying, so when is August supposed to see his father? It's been about 2 weeks at this point. Jeremy responds saying, I'm already spoke with your sister. We said Thursday, but you can always drop him off, for real. And she says, what makes you think I'm gonna drop him off? And I know what was said. Everything is confirmed with me before anything is said. Then on the 13th, he says, hey, what time you're free you to come. She says, once he wakes up from his nap and I feed him, we can start being on the way. And then later that night, she says, I never heard back from you, so I guess another day. Shaking my head. He said, I've been waiting on you all day since I text you. It's okay though. Can y'all come tomorrow then? After you said that, I was waiting for you to tell me you're finished and y'all on the way. And she said I was gonna leave until I got a text. Then on the 16th, Jeremy says, yo, I'm trying to see my son, so is you gonna bring him or I need to come over there? Cause seems like you don't want me to see him at this point. She responded saying, don't do that because we can sit down and show the days that you said you were coming and didn't call or show. What days you said you wanted us to come and then was like, never mind. We were ready on Tuesday. My schedule don't revolve around you. Y'all not dropping what y'all doing to come to August. Jeremy responds saying, girl, I'm always come over there. And I told you I wasn't feeling good. But anyways, I got some stuff for my son. So when can you bring him to me? Or do I need to get him? I'll bring him back the same day. Also this week, we need to go out my name on his birth certificate for my son. I got stuff I need to do for him, so we need to handle that ASAP. She says, keep that energy, my love. I'm not bringing my son anywhere. I have that right as his mother to decide what's best for my child. You've been around, but don't act like you really was doing some ish. You've been half A. You wait till he's 4 months to finally see if he really is yours, then want to act like you just really want to be with him. Get the F out of here. I've seen and been told the type of role you like to play. I'm the right one. I will do whatever I gotta do for my son. I've been here. You, my friend, have not earned that privilege. Every time you ask me to do something or be available, I have. I'm done with that itch. My son is 5 months. Why would I drop him off with someone who don't know him for real? How do you sound? On the same day, she also posted this on IG. But according to Ashli, that post wasn't directed to Jeremy.
Listen, there's other people in my life besides these fools.
Now, I'm not sure when or what date this happened, but sometime Ashli ended up introducing her son to Jeremy's mother.
To another state to meet his mother before letting him know that you were going to introduce his own son to his mother. You took your child to meet his mother and introduced him, and she told me that you were speaking about my mother to her. Yeah, my mom is such a bad person, and this is a time where you are introducing your child to his grandmother and you're talking about my mom.
And according to Ashli, during this time, she didn't want to have a relationship or wanted a relationship with Jeremy.
Money strong. Honestly, y'all, I don't care. I don't want to be with the man. I never wanted to be with the man. That's what he needs to get through his head. I didn't ask nor beg for no relationship. I didn't want no relationship. When we would have certain conversations, he would start off the conversation with, I know how you feel about me being that. And I would tell him, I don't care about that. That has nothing to do with nothing. I don't care to be with you. I don't want to be with you. I haven't asked to be with you. All I ask is that you be there for your son. And when I talk about my son, do not bring up the girls. I don't care about them because those are his sisters. But at the end of the day, we're talking about my son. I didn't ask about what the girls need or what they're doing. I'm asking you about my son.
Now, let's talk about the book and the drama that came with it.
Before the book hit the internet, all parties involved gave the okay. All parties involved 100% knew what the book was about, how we were spinning the narrative, what was going to go and take place in the book.
Because at that 4-hour talk was when she told me that they were writing a book, but it wasn't supposed to talk about nothing but her and his life. And that's when this damn pamphlet come out.
We had conversations after the book came out. He had conversations with her after the book came out.
Kind of reading some of the comments. I'm trying not to get too involved into it. Like, I just wanted to see what people had to say about my son. You know, just kind of get a feel for what people's reactions were, because I was curious. Honestly, I was really curious to see what people were going to have to say.
It wasn't until social media got in her ear and tried to make it more than it was.
You was sitting up here dogging Ashli and making her seem like she was a one-night stand, and I felt sorry for her because she actually had me in the book to support. I ain't read the I just bought it just to support her because she was a black woman.
So in the book, you know, Lily was portrayed as this one-night stand and she was a mistake and
that, but then you put out a book where you're making nasty accusations.
Jeremy literally called her one-night stand in the book that they keep saying that he didn't call her that. Did he use the words one-night stand? No. But he said he made a mistake with one person that only happened one night. What does that mean? I had a one-night stand. But because he didn't use the words one-night stand, do you think that that will hold up in court? If I tell you I'm going to smack you in the face, but instead I was like, I'm going to use my...
Now, during my research, I was confused, y'all. I was like, where is everyone getting this information? Where are they saying that Ashli's a one-night stand. People were talking about this in their reaction video, so I'm just like, this is weird because I've read the book. I read it, I read Jeremy's chapters. I don't know how many times I read his chapters. So I did message a few other reactors and I didn't get their response. And I did end up messaging Toya Talks. She was also a commentator on this drama. More about her in a later episode, but I did reach out to her. She told me, she goes, I will say in the book, Jeremy describes the cheating situation as one night things went too far. He never said he was cheating with the same girl for months. And then there was this audio that I have here.
Because they did tell lies. You said she was a one night stand. Come on now. Come on now. Come, you call her. Y'all said he said one night of a mistake cost me whatever he said.
So after I heard that, I was like, I think they're talking about this. So let me show you. We're gonna read this together, okay? It says here in the book on Jeremy's section, it says, and then I made the biggest mistake of my life. I didn't know how to deal with losing her, and instead of focusing on watering the grass I already had, I let myself get too, in basic terms, drunk. He got too drunk one night and had sex with someone else. People took it as a one-night stand, but it wasn't. One night he let himself get so drunk. And then he says, and had sex with someone else. He didn't say, and I had a one-night stand with someone else. As you guys know, Keesha already said that they weren't going to go into details about Ashli's situation out of respect for Ashli. You know, Ashli being the baby mama, the mother of August. They weren't going to go into the details of Jeremy's and hers situation. This is what they chose to stay with. He said, I got drunk one night and had sex with someone else. He didn't say I had sex with someone else who I was doing stuff with for a couple of months, or it was a one-night stand, it was just a one-night thing. He didn't say that. He didn't go into details. But a lot of these reaction channels ran with that idea, and some of them didn't even read the book. As you can hear, there was someone speaking on Paris's live.
The book to support. I ain't read the I just bought it.
2 days before the book comes out, I get a text from her asking me, about a mental check, like, checking in to see how you're doing, blah, blah, blah. And I didn't take nothing of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, at that point we were somewhat on decent pages. August had maybe came around a couple of times. But yeah, like I really wasn't thinking anything of it.
Now, she actually reached out to Ashli after the book came out, not before the book. Because as you can see, August the 5th, right? August the 5th, they did pre-orders, and then the book was actually released on the 17th, 2020. And if you see the message was actually sent to Ashli on the 24th of August. So she never reached out to Ashli before the book came out. It was after. But on the 17th of August, she did reach out to Jeremy that night saying we need to have a conversation. Now, during this time, Ashli was still talking to Jeremy, and she said nothing about the book as she didn't even have a copy of it.
His daughter was born. He wanted to provide the formula for August, and that was cool with me. He brought over some German formula, didn't say how to mix it or how to make the bottle, just brought it over and went about his business. But it was like 2 packets per box, and when August would get to his last box, I would just let him know, when are you gonna order some more? He's running low. Being that you have to order it from Germany, it would take time to get to the States, and I couldn't wait for the old formula all the time. There was a time where he was so determined to have August drinking this formula that he brought over an open box and said it was his daughter's backup food. I didn't really agree with that, but I knew he wanted to be involved in making decisions, so I just tried my best to let him do that.
Now, Jeremy ends up coming back from a trip, and it looked like Ashli was going to drop August off so he can spend some time with his father. And then on the 30th of August, it seems like Jeremy finally put an end to all the sneaking around and trying to sneak behind Keesha's back to sleep with Ashli. Ashli said, I want to say something, but then again, I don't know if I should. What's wrong? Jeremy says. She says, it's not necessarily bad. He goes, what is it? She then continued the conversation in what's up. She said, being around you makes me feel a way. He says, what kind of way? I made it also, which I guess he's replying to something else. And she goes, good. And you, I'm pretty sure you know what kind of way. He goes, but I'd just be chilling though. I don't think I do anything to make you feel that way, so I wasn't sure. She goes, you don't have to do anything. I told you that at the end of the day, I look at August, I see you. When I see y'all interact together, it makes me feel away. Then when I be feeling away, I be wanting to ask you to handle it because I just can't go there with anyone. But I be trying to chill out.
Jeremy said, look, Ashley, I told you there was going to come a point where I was not going to go with my girl no more, and I'm not losing my family over no bitch. I'm letting you know, like, this is that time. We ain't doing none of that. I just want to have a relationship with my son, and then all still going to. I saw the messages. What? If you're not going to blah, 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 I have all those things.
And this is what actually Jeremy said. He said, look, I don't want to keep disrespecting Keesha like that. Real-ish. I'm trying to do better. I done put her through enough, and it's not going to look good with us around behind her back when she don't deserve that. I ain't trying to hurt you, but you gotta understand it ain't gonna end well. I just want to be with my son. I want us to be friends for him. You can't be sending me no videos turning me on because I'm a wanna F. We got caught up with but I ain't trying to be on that and lose my girl forever. She goes, I feel you and that's real. I can respect that. It's just hard because I'ma always feel away being the bond we first created and we have a son, but it's cool. I'll chill, I'll be good. Now, the two still communicated about their son, but while Jeremy was lit, it looks like he was still on that time, but he never actually followed through to meeting Ashli.
Take him, blah, 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 blah. And he said, okay, bet. Y'all, this is the next day. Ashli in the black, Jeremy in the blue. She said, what you doing? He at the studio. She looking crazy. He like, what? What's wrong? You was supposed to come by and get him tonight, but okay. See, he never came. He never came and spent time with them and then took August. He acting confused all of a sudden because he not drunk no more. He said, you didn't say anything about that.
This question is for both of you guys.
Now on the 2nd of September, Keesha and Jeremy end up uploading their sit-down Q&A video. I'm going to show you some of the things that they said. Then we're going to get into what upset Ashli.
Your baby boy be in the vlog?
I haven't even crossed that bridge yet because out of respect to his mom, I don't want to put him in that type of environment. Time gonna eventually let us know the next step.
Do you have a good relationship with the baby's mom?
We definitely have a respectful relationship. I want my daughters to have the best relationship they possibly can, and I don't want to stand in that way. And by me being bitter towards her, having some type of hatred in my heart or being negative in any kind of way, my daughters are gonna look at that. So who am I to sit here and work and heal with him, but I have hatred and negativity towards her.
Jeremy, do you still have a relationship with your child's mother?
The day he was born, it was bigger than whatever we had going on. And that's the worst thing. Like, it's one thing to just somebody, but if you like them and felt some type of way about them for real, oh nah, hell nah. Hell nah. Like, if you emotionally tied with this person, hell nah. Like a nigga can just fucking one night and you never ever think about her again. I promise you, because I've done it.
Okay, so this was actually confusing for me. I really had to analyze this part of the video because as you can see, the guy didn't ask him the question, and as you can see on the title, it says, Jeremy, did you actually like the other woman more than just that one time? So that one time could be taken in so many ways. One time as in a one night stand, one time as in a period of time when you were getting with that woman and communicating with her and sleeping with her. And if you listen to what he says,
hell no. That a nigga can just fucking one night and you never ever think about her again. I promise you, because I've done it.
So when I'm listening to that specific part there, was he talking about Ashli? I didn't know what he was talking about. It's like a dude can sleep with, it's as if he was giving an example. You know, it's not like, oh, I slept with Ashli one night. It was, you know, a dude can sleep with someone for one night and he would never think about her again, etc. You know, so I had to ask Keesha to have a better understanding because during this time, Jeremy stopped talking to me, and you guys know, I'm not going to continue asking people questions if they're not going to talk to me. I'm assuming at that point, maybe they're co-parenting and he doesn't want to get involved in this story, which I completely understand and I respect. Okay, so this one's a little bit tricky to explain, but I had to bring the video up. Okay, so in your sit-down Q&A with Jeremy, my first question is, who edited your video? Was it you or was it someone else?
Me.
Okay, so you edited your video because it was a bit of a different style. So that's why I wanted to ask you that question because I wasn't sure. Okay, so there's a part where you put as a question in the white bit. You said, and I believe this is the part that really upset Ashli and pissed her off, right? So it says, Jeremy, did you actually like the other woman more than just that one time? But now, when you listen to Jeremy, because usually in your other questions, you hear someone say, oh, what do you think about this? And what do you think? You hear someone in the background asking you the question. This is the first time I didn't, well, maybe in the other questions, but this is one of the questions I didn't hear anyone actually asking Jeremy that question. And when you listen to Jeremy, it doesn't sound like he's replying to that specific question. I'll let you hear it so you can.
One night, and you never ever think about her. I promise you, because I've done it. That's why it be so hard.
What you talking about? It was Jeremy and the guy who was recording the video were having kind of like the off bit of the conversation, and the guy ended up saying, when you're these hoes. So I was trying to be respectful, and I didn't want to be perceived, like Ashley to be perceived as these hoes, because that's how guys talk, and that's what the guy said. Yeah. Like, he was just like, when you these hoes, did you? So I just cut it. I cut his audio out because I was trying to be respectful and just put the question in regard to, okay, because people was asking us how did he feel about her? Like, did he like her more than me? So I took the part of the question that more closely related to just that question and not the whole entire thing about hoes in general.
Okay.
Because that's what he was saying, these hoes. But the videographer guy, he was specifically talking, he said hoes in general because he kind of put Ashley in a box of all the women Jeremy was sleeping with.
Okay.
Or all the hoes Jeremy was sleeping with. But I was like, nah, that don't sound too good when I was listening to that. I said, that don't, I don't want nobody to be like, hoes.
Okay, but was Ashley included in that topic, in that subject?
Yeah, I mean, Jeremy did, I had to chop it up because Jeremy did specifically say certain things about her. But like I said, I didn't want the whole answer to be in there because I didn't want, for one thing, I did not want to convey the video to be something that was not truthful. Two, I know Jeremy, and at this moment, especially when we filmed this video, he was trying to make sure I knew that he didn't love Ashley or like Ashley over me, which that was not a question in my mind. Cheating is cheating. I don't give a crap if it was one night or if it was 20 nights. Cheating was cheating. So I didn't want him to over answer, if that makes sense. I kind of wanted to get to the general point of the question is, did you like Ashley over Keesha, or did you like the other woman over Keesha? And that general answer was that. The extra stuff that he was adding was not necessary because I knew he was just trying to make sure I knew like 100%.
Do you feel he was generally speaking though, and not specifically about Ashley? Because when you listen to it, it sounds...
He included Ashley.
Okay, because that's...
He ended up saying more stuff, but like I said, I had to edit it out. Because I've always told Jeremy, when you doing something at this speed of light and this continuous amount, then you had to have had some type of feelings. I've never discredited that. But I didn't want, in that moment, for the trolls to miss the whole point because they hear, oh, they were having a sidebar conversation, and the conversation was very lengthy. But in general, that was the answer to the question. Did you like her or, care about her more than Keesha? The answer to that is no. Like, if I genuinely caught feelings for another woman more than my girl, then hell no. Like, what type of nigga is catching more feelings for the girl they having sex with outside their relationship than their own girl? That was the general. And we did sit down after I edited the video for him to hear his answers and for him to hear my answers so we can, this is how the video sounds, this is how it looks. And that was the clean. I mean, he wanted me to keep the whole answer in there. I told him it's not,
Maybe the whole answer might have been a little bit better. Who knows?
No, hell no.
Because it's from the sounds of it, that question that you put doesn't match what he's talking about, if that makes sense. Because it says, Jeremy, did you actually like the other woman more than just that one time? And they're talking about hoes.
Like I said, if she felt some type of way about that still was a conversation she had to have with Jeremy. And he's told her this in private, like, I'm a nigga and I was captain, right? With a lot of the stuff that I said. Like, I care about you, but I'm a nigga. I just got feelings. And he said that in private. This should have never gotten to the whole scandal that it got to. But, if she felt that some type of way about that comment, I can't apologize on his behalf because I just can't. I can't apologize.
But Keesha was able to talk to him, and here's what he had to say.
So based off this
response that you just said in this video, the question that he's posing is, when you spoke about the question that was asked, which was, did you have feelings for her, the mother of your son, more than that time you conceived him? That was the question that was asked.
But like, okay, but like, feelings are feelings, like regardless if it was the time I conceived them or what. Like, I'm not understanding. Yes, I did. Yes, I did like her. Obviously, I liked her enough to, you know what I'm saying, have with her, yes. She was a cool ass chick, you know what I'm saying, I fuck with her. But in the sense of me, like, being with her at that level or leaving my family or leaving you for her, no. The feelings was not like that at all.
So the disconnect was, the question that was posed was, did you actually like the other woman more than that time? But the response was to the extent of women in general, like,
I was speaking on women in general, like,
exactly, nigga just for one night and you never ever think about her ever. I promise you, because I've done it.
Yeah, a woman, hey, you can kick it with a girl one day and she feel like she want to marry you, or she's looking at her future plans with you, but you probably don't want her for that night though. So that's basically what I was saying. Like, women move faster than men do.
Are you emotionally tied with this person? Hell no. Exactly.
So that when you answer this question, you're speaking of, were you emotionally tied enough with this woman to leave your girl?
No.
So that's where the confusion is still coming in, because it's like, are you generalizing or are you really responding? You get what I'm saying? It's like, if you're saying that you were not emotionally invested enough to leave your family or me for her, you were speaking to her.
Her in the world, shit is what it is. I don't, like, what are we saying?
Because the whole misconception is, were you speaking to her or were you speaking in general? So when you just said, I'm speaking in general, and I just replay the question, I replay what you're saying, and it says, you're saying, hell no, I'm not emotionally tied. It's like, are you speaking to her? Because when I edited the video, it was more so you were speaking in regards to her specifically. Now, I do know y'all sidebar conversation that y'all start talking about effing girls and da-da-da-da, but you answered the question specifically in regard to, did you care about her more than just that one night?
If I'm emotionally tied with you, no, I would not be emotionally tied with another bitch.
So you're saying that you cared about her, but you were not emotionally tied to her?
Yeah, I cared about her, but like I said earlier, I cared about her, but I wasn't emotionally tied to you enough for me to leave my family or for me to take it there with you. Like, no, I'd have to control my emotions.
Now, once the video was finally released, Ashli was able to watch some of it,
because I didn't get to fully watch the full Q&A.
so she didn't actually see the full thing, and she continued messaging Jeremy.
I've tried to make plans on numerous occasions, dropping off August with him, and this man would cry to me about how he just would want to spend as much time as he could with him, whatever time he could get, but it just felt like it was always an excuse.
But then things took a wrong turn when Ashli wanted money for a nanny. Ashli says, okay, so honestly, I tried to be patient, try to make it a legit plan for you to watch August while I'm at work. You say you just drop him off, but that is not convenient for me. That's going out of my way and makes it harder on me. I've asked 3 times now for you to get him while I work after you all have been asking if he can start coming over. That being said, you are not reliable, nor have you came through once. With the help of Tay, I have found a nanny that can help out with August. It's going to cost me about $600 a week, so I think it's only fair to meet me halfway and help pay for this. I told you that my sister left and you know she was the only help I had. He goes, it don't even have to be like that. We can work whatever out about our son. Ashli then goes, at this point, all I'm trying to hear is you about to send over a cash out for the nanny. He goes, we got a nanny over here. She goes, you're not listening to me, and in a minute we are about to have a really big issue. These are 2 different households. I don't give a rat's what is over there. He's not going over to your house, he's going to the nanny. You don't want to pay, that's fine. Just remember, I tried to offer, but when the courts ask and I show them all that I have, I don't want to hear ish in my mama. He goes, okay, cool, say less. She goes, shouldn't even have to go back and forth. It should be how much am I sending, period. Jeremy then goes, why are you trying to send money when you can drop him off here and I'm home? Like, what's the problem? Hell, I'll come get him. She goes, I'm done talking about it. He's at the nanny's. Like I said, we could have just handled everything between us, but it's always an excuse for you. What do you do for August? Question mark. And you can sit here and argue about a nanny? Question mark. She then goes, so when the courts tell you what you're going to give me versus us just working it out, don't say I didn't warn you or try to figure it out. Now, have a nice night. He then says, girl, I bought him damn near 800 work of ish in my house waiting on him. Bought all of this new formula. Bought him the clothes he has. I bought over the whole box I paid for. What do you mean? And okay, cool, let's see then. Because if I think you're going to be getting something crazy, you might need to think again. I got receipts of everything I did for my son. Girl, the whole reason I didn't see him yesterday was because you wasn't responding. But okay, we can go there, shorty. Never been scared of that. At least I'll be about to get some type of custody of my son instead of waiting on you. Okay. She goes, it's not about how much I think I'm going to get. That's not the point. My point is that he don't stay with you, so that's cool. But he don't see that ish every day. Keep your receipts because I got mine too. He goes, okay, do what you gotta do then. Sometime after that, Ashli's best friend ended up contacting her and talking about some of the parts in the Q&A video.
My best friend called me with screen recordings of like bits and pieces of it, and she kind of played it for me. That was when I was for the first time hearing basically I'm a one night stand. So when I heard that and a couple other the comments, I'm just like wait. I'm thinking we're moving forward. I have brought August around a couple times now to meet his sister, thinking everything is moving in the better direction. We're getting somewhere, and then it's just like a slap in the face. And it was no warning. It was no, hey, this is what I said. It was no, hey, read this real quick. It was no, hey, do you want to say so? Do you want a voice? It was none of that. Nothing. And so hearing that pissed me off. So it definitely took me back. And I had no idea that he also had stated that in the book.
Which I kept telling them, all y'all have to do is talk to me behind the scenes before you post it. Or when you post it, have him hit me up like, oh, hey, by the way, this is what we did today. Oh, by the way, this is what's going on. So just so you know, not so that I have to wake up to people sending me screenshots and messages and, links and this, that, and the third to try to see what's going on. Like, I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
I know the day before we filmed the sit down video, I did reach out and told her, like, it's a lot of backlash going on with the book, blah, blah, blah. We're going to be filming the sit down video.
But you want me to be cordial and be an adult and I'm being petty. No, that's annoying. Like, you're adding disruption to my life for no reason to benefit you all. That's it. It did not benefit me, my son. It didn't benefit anything but yourself. So it's just like, you want me to sit back and just act like, oh, this is cool. I'm not doing that.
Jeremy then messaged Ashli on WhatsApp saying, damn, you gonna block me? You so childish. I guess it's because you're still young as F. We have a whole son, so why would you cut off ties to communication? But you say you don't want to keep him from me. Like, what kind of ish is that? And I guess she blocked him after watching the Q&A. Then the next day, Ashli said, first of all, I was informed all of the lies both you and Keesha are telling lies to protect your image. If I release all the receipts, y'all both will look goofy as F. So yeah, you blocked and everybody else who is a liar. People who really be active in your son's life, who really know what the F has been going on, y'all are effing joke. And when I tell it all, I don't want to hear ish from nobody.
So once the pamphlet came out, as I said on Instagram, I wrote the both of them.
She texted me and him in a group chat and put me and his number together and sent us a long message.
I said, good afternoon. I do not appreciate the lies the both of you have told. I don't care what image you all think you have to protect. I literally have receipts that contradict everything you all said. From what I see, people have already connected dots and see through whatever fake ass image you all are trying to keep up with. For people who claim to talk to God, you're telling me that God told you to lie. LOL, okay. So we're teaching the children to lie at this point too. When does it stop? I've tried to be cordial, I've tried to keep it cool, but I have no respect for the lies and the truth will come out. There are too many individuals who are, and I put in all caps, actually present and very active in my child's life. You really chose to go this route. It's very low of you. I said, for the well-being of my child, I do not want any parts of this fake lifestyle. We live now and in our truth. And as I stated, the truth will come out. It always does. And I put a kissy face because I meant it.
I'm like, Ashley, what the talking about? What are you talking about, girl? But she blocked me.
And she tried to FaceTime me. Girl, no, you're blocked.
Did I check for her after that? No.
When did Jeremy tell you about Ashli making moves on him? Was it after everything that happened, like the videos that came out of Ashli, or was it before then?
He told me a little bit when when she texted us and blocked us. At that point, I knew absolutely nothing because every time he would go over and see August, I would always be like, oh, how did it go? Da-da-da. And he always be like, oh, it went good. And I'm like, okay, nothing crazy. You're making sure boundaries are being respected. And I was like, yeah, everything's good. I started being a little bit more weary when she cut him off and did not want to communicate with him at all because I was letting him know behind the scenes, like, I'm pregnant and it's already enough for me to try to do the right thing by the situation, but why am I the only one communicating with her? So I had to, like, try to be the bigger person and play nice with her. So he will always tell me, like, oh, like, I don't know why she's acting like that. Like, he kept kicking it like he didn't know why she was acting like that. But I was really close to delivering. I was 2 weeks away from delivering. So in his mentee, it was kind of like, I don't want to have this type of conversation with you when you're about to go into labor. And that's just how it was. So once she actually blocked us, that's when I was like, why is she talking about she's about to expose everything? We just told everybody you all have a baby. I'm confused. Like, what else is there to expose? Obviously, they see that you had sex with someone else. And I was like, if there's anything else that she can come to the internet with that I don't already know, you need to let me know. And he kept telling me, like, no, there's nothing else she can come to the internet with. And that's when he said, well, she did try to hit on me, and we did kiss one time while I was pregnant with Jordan. And that's the exact same day she blocked us. Within, I think, 30 minutes of that conversation, that's when he first told me.
Jeremy informed me several times of him being over there, being in the room with his son, trying to put him to bed, that you would go in the shower and get completely undressed and keep the door open with the shower curtains open for him to see you. To me, that's crossing boundaries.
But he never said anything about sex. He never told me anything outside of that. It was just, I kept asking him, are you sure? Are you sure?
So from what it looks like Hazel and Ashli actually watched the full Q&A. And afterwards, Hazel ended up contacting Jeremy saying,
and as you can see in the message, she tried to call him and then she sent him a message saying, we both watched the Q&A today and it was disappointing. And then he said, can I call you? And she said, that's fine.
So because he got blocked and he could not get in touch with Ashli, guess who the he called? Me. That's why I spoke to him. I opened the lines to hear him out so that I can refer the message to my friend so we can come to some sort of common ground. That's why I spoke to him.
He asked me to call him. We had a whole conversation about how he was wrong for lying. He knew that he lied. I made it very clear to him that I know that he lied, and that's why he was blocked at that current moment, and she wasn't talking to him.
I told him out of my mouth that if she decides that she wants to take it to YouTube, I'm going to back her 100%.
And I felt like we had like some sort of common ground as it pertained to like, nigga, don't get on this lying just to make your bitch feel good. Like, don't do that because then you making somebody else feel bad. So when it came down to it, I really felt the type of way because
Hazel then ends up sending another message to Jeremy saying,
nigga, you still my friend and you got the nerve to get on this bitch and say some shit about her literally days after you her. Like, nah, nigga, you are foul as and you did not even apologize to my friend. So yeah, ho, if we really want to be honest, that's the message I unsent, bitch.
And due to all the drama, Jeremy ended up going to Ashli to see her to talk about the situation.
Jeremy did. Jeremy went to her house and sat down and talked to her. And she's like, yeah, but I just feel like you all made it seem like I'm a one-night stand. Jeremy went and talked to her, and then she and him, I wasn't present. I don't know everything that was said, but I definitely know he was like, look, Ashli, like, it was what it was. Like, you already knew what I felt about you. I'm not disrespecting you, but, like, Keisha's my woman. She took it as, no, you just trying to say Keisha ass. You just making it, I know you like Keisha. Like, I just want you to be able to publicly say that you really did like me, too.
Now, unfortunately, I wasn't able to confirm with Ashli what was said. Now, after that, it seemed like Ashli moved on from the situation because she was still communicating with Jeremy.
There were so many times where I would arrange my whole day to get ready for his father to come over to spend time with him while I do some work or do some cleaning. And he would constantly push the time back, and most times he really wouldn't even show up at all. This would really irritate me, but, you know, always trying to think best for my son and think about my baby. I never wanted to be that person that keeps, you know, his father away from him or shut him out. Like, I constantly would just try to express to him as much as I could, communicate with me, try to say something ahead of time if you know you have something coming up. Like, I didn't understand why every time it was always the same issue.
I'm not gonna say that, but just keep me out of it. And against my wishes, that's not what happened.
Now, afterwards, people started to figure out who Jeremy's baby mama was, aka Ashli. But how? Now, I'm assuming that this happened around September due to the dates of the people who were talking about the situation. Now, a YouTuber by the name of Shanita the Preacher was the one who exposed who Ashli was and how she was tied to Jeremy. Now, if you guys don't know who Shanita is actually Jeremy's sister. Until this day, no one actually knows who told her or gave her that personal information. During this time, it doesn't look like Shanita was doing well mentally, and she was going on a lot of rants on YouTube about Keesha and Jeremy, and apparently Jeremy and her weren't at speaking terms at that time. I also did try to reach out to Shanita, but I wasn't able to.
Posted the shit, erased the shit, was gone. Somebody caught the y'all know y'all make videos instantly about shit. Y'all released that shit. Keesha and Jeremy never mentioned her.
Others do say that it was before the book, but again, there was no receipts to prove this. Now, when Shanita went live revealing who Ashli was, Ashli ended up messaging Jeremy saying,
Ashli says, my mom's Facebook page, Bree, like, what the F? I just called her and I told her to take everything the F down. Jeremy goes, man, these people are so sick and weird. She then showed a screenshot of the picture of her with the child. She then goes, this is what your sister put up that made everyone come to my page. I swear to God, I'm not playing about my child. People been coming up to me at my job asking about my moms, which I'm confused on why they're asking her about her moms, but unfortunately I don't have the full message, so I don't understand what she was trying to say, unless that is some slang I also don't know about. Jeremy then goes, I don't even F with my sister. She's been slandering my name on the internet for a year now. She would never even meet my son, and I don't know how true that is because she don't even know nothing about you. I don't even talk to her. Ashli responds saying, I'm just telling you what people coming to my page and saying. I can't put my page on private because of my job, etc. all in blank. She then says, I saw a few videos of myself on my profile cycling around and they're all saying your sister was in live and gave up my info. She then posted this on Instagram saying, so I'm just confused on why this lady thinks it's okay to talk about me as if she know me, as if she know what goes on with my child. Someone tell this girl to play with her kids. And she also said, directing this to Shanita, saying, baby girl, there's nothing you can say or do to hurt me. For one, I am and will always be blessed and highly favored. Second, I live in my truth unlike others. I do not owe anyone any explanation or any clarification. Whatever tea you think you have on me is cute. What's done in the dark always comes to the light. Out of respect for her and her mother, I'm not going to say too much, but you need to focus on you and yours, sweetie, not mine. She then says, I know her y'all feel like has a lot to do with this and she might or her friends. However, his sister has done her part. She then got this message from an IG page, which is an IG page has been doing things in the past and lying, etc. saying, hey Bree, I know you are probably getting flooded with some Keesha fans and shit, but let me just drop this info. First of all, congrats on the beautiful baby boy. You are absolutely beautiful. I pray that you, Jeremy, and Keesha is giving the money for the baby. They made probably close to 100k off the book revealing you and the baby. If you come out with your version, you probably could make more than that. I think you definitely could sell or tell your story and not expose your baby like Keesha does her kid. Please use this as an opportunity to make money. If they're making money off you, you need to make money. Keisha's talking about you were just a one-night stand, that she controls the communication between you and Jeremy. She's saying you are a home wrecker and a stripper hoe. She out here low-key speaking bad on your name. Plus, she has her best friend, Britt, following your page. Keesha probably has several other fake pages following you. Marshall Party of 5 is the best friend name that's following you. Please don't trust Keesha. She is an effing evil and you can't see the rest. Ashli also posted on IG saying, and for those who have a lot to say about strippers, I am not a stripper, I am a bottle girl, waitress. But even if I was a dancer, what does that have to do with y'all or how I provide for my child? It's always the sloppy, back-built hoe who have the most to say but could never feel comfortable in a bikini, let alone in their birth skin. If you're a hater, just say so. Lamaya, we know nobody would pay to see you. She also says, I'm all for women, however, when you try to act like one woman is better than the other because how she chooses to provide or live, then y'all better off. How you're tearing down the next girl because you couldn't walk a day in her shoes.
Now, another reason why I feel like everyone actually knew about Ashli around September is due to this message that a supporter sent to Keesha.
Keesha, stay the F away from Shanita. She isn't a good person. I don't know her, but she can't be or she isn't one currently because she's literally teasing a picture of the baby mama on YouTube.
Ashli then ends up making a sub post about Jeremy. Now, it's really unsure if Jeremy ended up confronting Ashli about this or speaking to her about this situation, or if this got sorted out behind the scenes, because the two still continue to communicate. Then Ashli ends up confronting Jeremy about the babysitter situation. That's not what your actions show. You are far from peace and you have made everything difficult since me being pregnant. Honestly, if I told you as my friend about this situation and how you chose to handle everything, you would look at yourself like, what's good with this end? Jeremy then says, okay, let's have this talk then. I've always been your friend before anything, and that's who you were even that comfortable with each other. So I'm really looking forward to this conversation. I want to hear what you got to say and want you to hear me so we can figure this out. She goes, I'm reciprocating the same energy you give. You want better? Do better. That ish might be cute to Keesha, but when I met you and I showed you who I had a crush on and I told you it was because he goes above and beyond taking care of his 3 kids, he got 2 different baby mama and there's no issues. I try to work with you and I've tried to be a patient, but at this point I've had it. I literally been on my own. Gotten up early mornings, late nights, wiping tears, changing diapers, providing a home, gone to every doctor's appointment by myself, gave birth by myself, and don't ask you for ish. And when I ask to help with a effing nanny, you have the nerve to act like you just do so much and I'm asking for so much. You bought over 2 packs of diapers, a pack of clothes, a few things of formula, and you think you're doing something. You consistently complain and compare August with your other children. Yes, they are related, but they are not the same. My son lives with me, so you should be making sure he is straight over here regardless if you got shit at your house, he don't live there. When you wake the F up and man up, then come talk to me. Until then, I don't have ish else to say. There's no way you treat a friend like this when I've witnessed you really go out of your way for ends who ain't do the same for you. Spend hella money and brag about the drip you got on but can't pay half of the nanny. Like, I don't even ask for the full price, so call it crazy. Jeremy then responded saying, I feel like this is a conversation we should definitely have in person, so whenever you're ready to have that convo, let A know. At the same time, I'm missing so much time out of my little man's life, so can we just talk about this and move forward regardless? I miss him and ready to see him, and I don't care who you got a crush on, that's your business and reasons. I'm glad he doing what he got to do for his, but I got mines also, if you allow me to be there for him. I don't even have him enough to do ish for him. Like, this is a team. I don't want to go against you with nothing when it comes to him, but we both are his parents and we should make decisions together when it comes to him. Not you do it, then I got to get along with the program, because I could offer some that can help. All of out the situation. Never ran from the responsibility for him. I just want to feel like this is equal for the both of us, and please don't name when you say I got him, because I know enough time has passed, so we need to talk and settle this for real. Are you free tomorrow for me to come by? She goes, when you actually read what I wrote, then we can talk. You're so quick to say your part, but you miss the whole point. And I'm not finna feel bad about you being a procrastinator and choosing to let time go by. My baby is feeding himself. He's pulling up, trying to stand up. It's so much you would continue to miss if you keep playing. It's only a team when it's convenient for you. Because last time I checked, I got all his food. I get all his clothes, his diapers, wipes, soaps, lotions, everything. Keesha sent you over here with ish. She told me when I met with her she was gonna send ish through you. You want to act like you just doing it all. So once again, read my message and keep reading it until it clicks. Until then, there's nothing to talk about. You can ask your mother for a pic and videos until then. He goes, can I see my son? She goes, I told you to ask your mom for pic. He goes, I want to see my son. Why you want to keep me from him so bad? Ish sad, like I'm his whole dad for real. She goes, because that's your problem. You think someone's trying to keep you from him. You did that ish to yourself. Exactly. And what do? Not a damn thing. When you learn how to speak to his mother with respect and like you got sense and ready to be a real father and help, then we can talk. But you keep coming at me like you run ish and a baby, you don't do a damn thing. So continue to talk to yourself or your mother. He goes, okay, kiss him for me. Be blessed. He goes, gladly, you too. Now, on the 16th of October, more drama sparked up after Keesha ended up doing a try-on haul
that I uploaded on my channel, and it was a try-on haul from Pretty Little Thing and Misguided. In that video, I filmed in the hallway of my apartments, like on this floor, and a lot of people were in the comments like, oh, why didn't you film in the studio room, blah 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 blah. And
now someone else also left a comment saying, was the studio occupied? Insert gift here. And Keesha said Jeremy's son's things are in there, so it's not just a studio workroom anymore.
Now, people took this way out of context and then ran to Ashli and told her that Keesha said that the son was at the place, and Ashli ran with that, then posted,
y'all starting off early today. Trust me, my baby is always in great hands. He has not been anywhere besides my house, and he won't be going anywhere besides my house. I don't respect liars, so he won't be a part of any of that BS, because my son will know that the truth will take you further than trying to cover up tracks that can be easily pulled up and out.
Over there. No one said that he had never been over there. I said he hadn't been over there, as in recently. After all the crap that y'all pulled, why would my son be over there? Like,
that was confirmed through another post when she posted, "What the F I gotta lie for? If he was over there, why are they both still blocked and he has to ask me through Snapchat when he can see his son? Oh, I'll wait." She also said, "I really suggest you stay in your lane and sit tight, because the gag is all of my friends know the real story and are ready to talk. They just waiting on me. We can really air this bitch out." After that, people end up going back to Keesha saying,
you know, why do you always lie so much? He's not over there. She doesn't even trust him over there with you. You're a bad person, blah, blah, blah. So like I said, I was very disheartened to hear those things because it was not true.
Now, after that drama was going all crazy in the mama sector of YouTube, a YouTuber by the name of Bree, legit, at the time it was a different name, talked and gave commentary on the situation.
But fast forward a few hours later, or maybe even the next day, I got a link to me from a T-page, which I always get. The title was something to the effect of Keesha Exposed, or telling the truth about Keesha, or something like that. And the person who sent the video to me told me like, oh, they're talking about the situation that was going on in the comment section. And at that point, I was already just so annoyed with every little thing I do. Like, I can't even leave a comment anymore without people like trying to fact check and go run and tell. Like I said, I messaged her and I was like, hey, you don't really know anything about this situation, so it's really not cool for you to be making videos talking about it just because she made it seem like it was one thing, because that's actually not true. At that time, she informed me that she was actually a key. She supported me and she loved me. She made several videos about me, but she really only used that title for clickbait. We all do it, so I got it. I do clickbait. I get it.
People send my videos to like Keesha and different people saying, oh, she talking shit, but they haven't watched the video yet, and I wasn't talking shit.
Now, what I'm going to do, guys, is go through the messages of Bree and Keesha speaking to each other, okay? Now, while you guys are reading and going through with me, you're going to realize that some messages have been unsent. It is unclear on what those messages said, and both sides. Keesha unsent messages, so did Bree. Now, I'm going to read what I have, and then I'm going to let Hazel read what she had, and she ended up reading out with Ashli in one of their videos. Someone just sent me this saying that you made a video saying that I'm lying, saying that Jeremy's son come over XYZ. I didn't watch the video, but I wanted to come to you directly to correct false allegations. I don't know why people are trying to make, I think she meant to say me out, make me out to be a liar. I commented and said his stuff was in the room, not that he was in the room, for one. People trying to applaud a woman keeping a child away from his father is ridiculous, and I am going to clear this all up right now. She responds saying, that's what I said, love. That's why thumbnail says a big misunderstanding. I will send you the video of him being over here. I just ask that you don't repost what I send you for legal reasons, but to publicly confirm that he has been over here.
It was a picture that Jeremy sent to Keesha.
She says she posted on her IG, so I was clearing up that that's not what I thought you meant. If you watch, you will see that. I don't bash you or Jeremy. I won't. She showed the IG post that Ashli posted. She said she posted that, so I was like, this is not what Keesha said at all, that he was there. Jeremy provides for his child, and I would never stop that. She showed messages. We spoke on August the 24th, and as you can see, I have been cordial with her, checked on her and everything. She checked on me when I gave birth. She always used to send pics and videos to me. She's been over here with me and just a bone with the baby. This was July when it was confirmed he was the father. Jeremy brought him over to meet me and the girls the next day. They have been around me and the children, and I hate that I opened my heart and my arms to her just for her to lie. I am the damn victim. I was the one betrayed. I didn't hurt her. She hurt me, but as DNA confirmed, I did my part to do the right by the child because he's innocent. No, we didn't tell the entire story to YouTube because it's not their business. I just wanted to admit the truth and move forward. Jeremy isn't innocent at all. If he was there, it wouldn't be a baby to begin with, but we are trying. As hard as it is to move forward, I have dealt with so much trauma, and I don't like people making it seem like I'm the bad guy. I have cried way too much over this. I am being dragged for something I didn't do. I want you to first make it clear that this is Jeremy and her battle, and for her to bring me into it after I accepted the baby and her is so wrong. You can say that you have first-hand seen pics of the kids together, have proof that she has been over here as well, and I accepted the child and have never made it a problem for him to be
a father. Shania's just crazy. I have no answers for her, lol. I have never cheated in my life. In regards to the baby mama, she just feels offended that
she came off like a side woman or whatever. To be clear, me and Mr. Sir weren't together, but we were together. He messed around with her and she was aware that he was in a relationship and had a girl. I told him to go do him because I didn't want to be with a man who couldn't commit to me just after Britt told me she saw him with a girl in his car. If I said we find our way back, I said if we find our way back to each other, it's cool. But if not, we will have to figure it out. She had a girlfriend at the time and was with her for 5 years. Mr. Sir met her because he was cool with her BFF at the time. The BFF wanted to be with Jeremy, but he kept telling her no while he was with me, and I was pregnant with twins. She used to ask to kick it with him, and when I told him to do him, he told her he wants to be with me, but everything happened so fast. She was going through things with her girlfriend, and one thing led to another.
These people find out I'm nice in real life and can't stand it. She likes Jeremy, so she's mad he told her she cannot further disrespect me. He admitted that she had said inappropriate things to him when he was going over there, and he didn't check it because he knew she would take the baby away. But I told him if he doesn't learn how to create boundaries, I would not stay. And he checked her, and now look, she's starting mess. I have never publicly or privately attacked her, and it's so hurtful because my daughters are involved. She hurt my family.
Can you please pin a comment and say you got some truth that Miss Ma'am isn't lying, but a video would follow? She is trying to basically extort Jeremy for money, and she's threatening us to make a video, but we can't speak on it. I have brands and my manager telling me not to. However, you can make the video and I'll give you the info to tell. Not everything, but just enough info. Everyone loves to lie on me, place blame on me when I'm the one who was betrayed. I didn't sleep with anyone's man. I didn't hurt another woman. I didn't tell that woman sorry just for her to still try to mess with him. All of this is aggravating. I have cried way too much over this, and I'm being dragged for something I didn't do.
I found out about it, and I told him to cut her off because I felt demonic energy, but he swore she was cool. Now, this is the time frame of the story of everything that happened, which I already explained in episode 1. She goes, I could imagine happiness and forgiveness in him for these everything would be okay. So we tried and prayed and fought hard for this. He had to fight for me as well as my respect. She then explains more detail of the situation that happened, and again, if you watch episode 1, you would know, but she also adds that she feels that the reason why Ashli is doing this on social media is because he told her that he could not mess with her anymore.
But I'm not. So please, for the love of God, tell this girl you just saw proof with your own 2 eyes that the baby has been over there. And at the end of the day, I said his stuff is in the room, not the child. I said his stuff was there, not the baby.
She doesn't even know that this girl doesn't even attach her car seat buckles and has someone hold it when she drives. He's never closed when he comes over, so we bought some for him. Like, she tried to commit suicide when she was pregnant. Like, come on now. Wow, no, not while she was pregnant. That's horrible. This is the main girl who keeps instigating everything. She hated me for years for no reason and loves trying to make me look like I'm the bad guy and a liar. She instigated the Shanita. She's the very reason Shanita talks mess, and now she's instigating with the baby mama. As you can see, she wants me to be a liar so bad, but I just proved to you that I am not.
Back when I used to clap back, I clapped back on her page one time, and she reposted a comment that I made trying to verify because Miss Ma'am had asked which BFF, so she posted a comment that I made, and then she responds, oh, that's Octavia. They were both strippers and met at the club. Like, what the F? She was just telling Mr. Sir she's going to make sure that the BM doesn't make a video. They all fake. She broke up with the girlfriend as soon as the baby was born. The girlfriend said the baby mama was crazy and got into a fist fight at the house and brought the police to her house. Exactly why I can't properly heal from this situation. These people are delusional for trying to blame me for their BS. I just showed Mr. Sir her pic, and he confirmed that she is the godmom.
She is, wow, yeah, that's what she said in the comments. Her godson is innocent and how Jeremy's a liar, and they come with receipts. This is part of the reason I don't go tit for tat with them, because I'm the one with the public platform and I have stuff to lose. I'm not going to her job trying to get her fired and lose money. Right, shaking my head. I don't understand why this shit can't just be the thing in the past. He was with you and that's it. Co-parent and keep pushing. And if it's about the principal, then she needs to grow the F up and stop keeping a child away from his dad. I have never said anything negative about the baby mama. She told us she was mad about the sit down video because we made her look like a side woman. I'm like, I
I didn't make you look like shit. I said I was cordial with you for the sake of the children. Like I said, I didn't lay down with her. Jeremy did. So be mad at him, not me. That's why I never sleep with a man who has a whole situation ever. You'll never win in the end. Very psycho. I think it's because she felt because she was light skinned or something. Jeremy told her he likes a girl who can do natural plus be made up. Her ex told me she looks like a scarecrow when she's not dressed. I told her I don't care about looks because I have a natural beauty. It's about the package. Sex will never be enough to keep or get a man. It would only be temporary lust until reality sets in. My haters only say she looks better because they hate me. SpongeBob looks better to them. I have seen her in person. Hand emoji. Jeremy, to be honest, has been with a little of all types of women. But as far as his ex, we are similar in heart. People probably wouldn't even expected them to be his ex. He just needed to grow the F up and stop lusting, and his baby mama has taught him you can lose a great thing for a temporary feeling and be stuck with a permanent problem. These girls think they can open their legs up and take any man. Her girlfriend tried to invite me over into the baby mama's house while she was gone. She never had loyalty on her end, and I think that's why she disliked me. But I've always been respectful to her and tried to do the right, so I'm so upset that she's trying to expose T when at the end of the day, we are all still together. Right, whew, that's a lot. Continue praying for your girl. If God has it in the plans, it will all work out for y'all. I bother people because they want me to be something that I'm not. Even when I prove I did or I didn't do something, they try to find something new. You know it's hate when people are siding with the other woman. She's already proved to have a faulty character, if not anything else. So do you have fake accounts? For real, for real. I'm so sick of these folks with that. I have a subby named The Nerve of some of y'all. Is that you? No, I don't have any fake account. I don't know why they keep saying that either. I know who that is though. She's one of my subscribers. She's the one who sent me the video. She's always sends me videos. She did say you defended me after she watched it. Oh, okay. She's always attacked in the comments for being you. I can't stand it. Oh, she tells me people hate her. She's so sweet to me and always looks out for me. I don't even watch what she sends me because my nerves bad. But that's why I came at you just from the title. I tell her not to send me stuff unless it's serious. Trust me, I'm direct. If I have something to say, I'll say there's Keesha, I'm grown. Yeah, her and I both have been at war with these groups of women in the comments, but it's a wrap. As they're commenting now, I'm blocking their A. I don't have the time. They have done so many hurtful things and I don't know what I did to them. They haven't been able to catch me in one lie yet.
She then ended up pinning this comment on her YouTube video, letting everyone know that she has seen the kids play together, so they have been together.
Because I was getting word that someone said they had a video of my son at Miss Ma'am's house with the girls.
Even though Bree made it very clear that she was not going to post the videos of the kids, even Keesha told her not to. Either people took this out of context or deliberately lied to Ashli saying that they were going to expose the kids.
Exposing a child, like I was told, exposing. How do you expose a child? That doesn't even sound right. I asked his father, who's sending videos to these YouTubers to post for people to see. Like, I don't understand that.
A picture that I also said don't share, and I'm only sending you this to show proof that I'm not a liar.
Right. It wasn't malicious. If you look, that's Keesha in the purple. She clearly said, don't repost anything.
Ashli posted said, somebody go tell that girl mind the business that pays her. I never said my son never was there. I said he hadn't been anywhere but my house, in response to her claiming they can only film but so much around him when he only was over at night while I work. Yes, me and my son went over there to meet his sister so I could see what kind of household he would have potentially been staying in. Hell, I've even admit I was somewhat cool with Shorty till they lied in the book and did that whack A Q&A. Then after that, they both got a nice little message from me and blocked. And baby girl, you might want to triple think about posting my video with my child in it, because you do not have my permission and I will act a fool behind mine. Now, she also mentioned in here, as you can see, in response to her claiming they could only film but so much around him when he only was over at night while I work. But I could not find any proof of this, so I really don't know what she's talking about.
I clapped back. You know, I said my little 2 cents. I don't quite remember what I said, but just know I wasn't playing.
She must know what video I've seen, because she was like, you may want to triple think. Like, girl, I ain't got triple think shit, because I don't post people kids. That ain't even me. Honey, I replied to her and I told her, I said, girl, I said, first of all, I would never post your baby. I guess when she saw like my comments and stuff, she must have knew that someone sent me pictures and videos to prove that her baby had been at Keesha and Jeremy's house. Yeah, if I was, it's my platform. That's what Tisha said. Tisha was like, and if you did post a baby.
Then on the 29th of October, Bree ended up going on YouTube Live, explaining the situation to what happened with her and Ashli, and afterwards, Keesha ends up messaging her. People DM me now. Keesha and KK will turn on anyone who is team me. They sent me her story. None of this bothers me. I find it humorous. She's talking about, I bet not post her baby. First of all, I would never. Second of all, I can't be checked. See, I told you they stop at nothing to start and keep up mess. How are you coming over here to check on how I keep my house when this is his father? He's going to be over here regardless. He didn't act up when you had the bug problem that he had to get under control. He didn't act up when your ex came over and snatched all the furniture out of your house. Like, you could have even paid your bills, beloved. She just didn't want her son getting too close to me, knowing we could provide him a better life. Shaking my head, a damn mess. I've never even bashed her, so she better gone the F on. Jeremy told me let her keep talking mess because she's not going to add us. When she comes direct to us about co-parenting, that's the conversation we can all have. Like, she's never ever posted this much before. She's talking about we lied in the video and book, but you slept with a man with a whole family. Who are you to judge someone else's character? I only saw one slide. People sent me the first one. I didn't know it was more. And once again, you trying to keep a child away from his father is not a good look. I'm not trying to contact her, so I don't give an F on block. I have other phones if I needed to reach her. Why is she on IG starting ish of the strength of strangers? Girl, probably didn't even watch it either. I don't drag nobody. Still get BS. That's fine though. She can surely reply though, because she don't put no fear in me, especially when I've never badmouthed her. She's listening to hating trolls who won't pay a red cent for her attorney fees when Jeremy legally handles her. It's pathetic bragging you're keeping a man away from his son when there's plenty of men who would have paid a dust. At the end of the day, Jeremy is fighting hot his rights. So she would have done all of this just to still have to meet and drop him off to us. And once again, bringing me into this. You're more mad at me than yourself. You told me sorry just to turn around and still say sexual things to him when he was over there. You lied to me to my face. You would never be half of the woman or mother I am, because if Jeremy was to call her now and ask her, she would say yes. She cursed us out and blocked us like a coward because she didn't want to be checked. People go and think what they want to think. Even if the folks know a whole story, they still bash you if they see something in you they want themselves. Yes, it's a whole bunch, but I've always tried to keep it cute and do the right thing. Do I like the baby mama? No. She slept with our man when she knew about our family, but if I'm going to forgive Jeremy, I have to forgive her as well and do the right thing, and that's what I try to do. You can tell people a summary of what I said, but not the suicide stuff. Just let it be known that I haven't lied about anything. I don't have to weld every bit of business either. It's already hurtful enough.
I just don't want to trigger the BM and entice her to make a video and spread more hate on me and lies. It's all falling on me when I'm not the one who did anything. It's so hurtful. I don't know what I did to these girls to make them hate me so bad. They literally find everyone who can help talk shit and lie. They literally find everyone. They was in her DM saying I called her a hoe ass stripper, etc. when they first found her. You did.
Now, when this was said, I didn't see any proof or evidence of Keesha calling Ashli a stripper hoe or a hoe-ass stripper. When I asked Hazel, she said, not even sure. It's been so much that has transpired since then. She definitely called her that. I just can't remember how we got that info.
She was sending it to Mr. Sir. But I'm like, how the f did they find you to begin with? She just wants people to think her and Mr. Sir were more than just. And I'm like, sweetheart, he has told you that you were only. He wouldn't ever be with a girl like her. She's a stripper. All three of his ex-girlfriends are like me.
That moment on, I asked him, I said, who sent the video? This fool gonna tell me it's only in my phone. It's only in my phone. Oh, okay, that's cool. That's cool. I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna get to the bottom of it. Oh, okay, that's cool. That's cool. That's cool.
Instead of going to Brilliant Bree, why didn't you go to Ashli? As you did say yourself, you have other phones and you could have contacted her directly. What was your reasoning not to go directly to Ashli instead of a page? Like, you could have easily hit up Ashli and go, hey, it was out of context, this is what happened, etc. What was going through your head at that time, and why didn't you just go to Ashli instead of Brilliant Bree?
I'm gonna just be real clear. Like, I'm not in the art of kissing ass. Like, I feel like I did too much kissing ass even to bring a child into my home while I'm 2 weeks away from giving birth. Try to be a positive reassurance in your child's life with no hesitation to forgive you, to forgive him, and to move forward in a positive manner. Sit down with you at Longhorn for 4 hours and you have this a one-on-one, woman-to-woman conversation. Not only one apology from you, 2 apologies from you on 2 various occasions, and still move forward with no vendetta, no negativity, no animosity. To have my family, my friend. I'm over here. Every time Ashli had a problem or a complaint or whatever it was, I was kissing ass. Because when she blocked Jeremy,
She didn't think how that made me feel to have to be the one to talk to you about your child because you and my boyfriend can co-parent, but y'all had all the time in the world to figure out how to have sex behind my back. I was in a hospital giving birth and still communicating with her so that her child did not feel left out or have to grow up saying, why was I not in sibling pictures? Why was I not this? And since she had him blocked, I had to be the one to do that while I gave birth. I had to receive those pictures. I had to pour in that love and try to figure out where I could fit her child's life and being into my life. I didn't come and destroy her life, and I had already been sitting down with her while I'm trying to create life and for my child to be ready to be born into this world, and telling my own mother to forgive this individual who she knows hurt me, to have to, she already was too much disappointed in Jeremy. So my family, I'm doing too much kissing ass at a time where I shouldn't even have to do that. I'm literally doing everything that a lot of people would not even have had the strength to do just for the sake of her and her feeling comfortable. And the one thing that I told her to make sure I felt comfortable, the two things I told her was make sure you respect the boundaries when it comes to my boyfriend. That's the same thing I told both of them. And the second thing was I informed her of how serious my career was to me. And I told her I have trolls who have tried at all costs to make my life a living hell. And I don't want you to get consumed with that. So when I do my part and then you block me for no apparent reason, out of the blue, after I didn't even have to tell her about a book. I didn't have to tell her about a book. She wasn't telling me that she was him. I didn't have to do a lot of the things that I did, but I did that because I genuinely cared about all kids being treated equally. I didn't want to I can be like, these are my kids over here. I don't care about what y'all got. Oh, she ain't reaching out to you. Psh, tough luck. You should have thought about that before you laid down. I could have did all of that. I'm giving birth. 2 hours after I gave birth, I'm talking to her, trying to reason with her. Paragraph after paragraph after paragraph. That's not something I wanted to do, Martin. That's something that, as a mature adult, I had to do. I had to put my best foot forward because that is the example I was trying to be for my children. And the moment anything was out of the ordinary for her, I'm up here like, okay, Ashli, Mom, hey, make sure when Ashli comes back over here, I just need you to be a little respectful. Okay, I'm talking to my friends. I'm talking, like, okay, Jeremy, in the book, just this, okay, in the sit-down video. Like, I'm doing all of that. I'm doing all of that. And I gave birth in the middle of all this. And you still went to the internet. You think I want to sit here and be kissing her ass again? And I was far from that. I was not going to be, oh, well, she has me blocked on this phone. Let me go to this phone. And no, hell no. I was far past that. At that point, I had to defend myself because my career was suffering. My supporters lost trust in me. And these are thousands. She went to her job perfectly fine. She clocked into her job perfectly fine without having to worry about me. But I got to clock in my job every day when I upload a video and have to worry about being called a liar and being obsessed with someone else's child when I was just trying to do the right thing by both of them who were not mature enough to handle the situation. And I told both of them that. Y'all were not mature enough to handle the situation, but I was definitely the most mature. And I've never kept him away from his son, and that's the least you could have been grateful about. She should have been calling me, Martin. When these people reached out to her, she should have contacted me or him and said, hey, because like I said, y'all didn't have no problem laying down with one another. So when the child get here, I don't want to hear no bullshit about, oh, I can't, I'm going to block. I don't have my feelings. Or, no, you're going to respect. No one was respecting no one at a given point in time. But I sat and I told both of them, when these are real kids. These are our legacies that we're going to be leaving behind. So you got to conduct yourself in a certain way. Social media is forever. And I told her, I would never try to tarnish you and make you look like the kind of way. I'm going to tell you to your face how I feel about you. And I told her to her face when we sat down, this is how I feel about the type of person that you are. And I kept that between the two of us. And I kept that in between my household. YouTube didn't hear that, and nobody else had to hear that. So when I'm seeing all these videos coming out, I'm going through postpartum depression. I'm just trying to defend myself because I feel like that was a slap in my face. And now that I see that she was actually sending him lustful videos and being inappropriately dressed when he walked over there, I don't respect that. And at one point you was asking me for advice or telling me to my face I was a great mother, telling me to my face that you had no problem with your child being around me. But when the internet came into the equation, all of a sudden you have amnesia. So no, Martin, I did not feel like kissing her ass and reaching out to her, hey, Ashli, so it's me again. No, I didn't feel like doing that no more. I was over all that. I was over it.
Now, around Halloween, Jeremy finally wanted to speak with Ashli and came up with an agreement.
And because we were right around his house, I figured, he hadn't seen him in a few months, he should see him. So that's when he gives me the clothes and he says, let's talk about an amount that I can give you to help take care of August when he's not with me. So I thought, maybe we're moving in a better direction. The clothes he gave me, though, were from summertime, and, it was the beginning of November. So August couldn't wear a lot of it, and we agreed that we needed to be in contact at least once a day so that August can FaceTime his dad and keep building a relationship.
Is that true? Was she trying to extort you and Jeremy for money and to make a video or whatever?
So what I meant by that was, I think that Ashli was okay with being behind the scenes and keeping quiet about whatever they had going on as long as Jeremy was catering to her sexual desires. And the moment that was cut off, or the moment boundaries were being upheld on his end, it was kind of like, no. So, and like I said, this is me being a middleman, and based off of me having these conversations with him, I haven't had no real conversation with her since that happened, but Jeremy was letting me know it was always some warning signs or some warning to him that if he didn't do certain things, or, if the moment he was not cooperating with what she wanted, it was always like a threat about me. So I think that her going to the internet, she never asked us personally to give her no money about it, but I just feel as though, like, the moment her needs were not being met, or he was not willing to do the whole let's do this behind Keisha's back thing anymore, it was kind of like, okay, I'm coming to the internet, and this is now, I'm about to get coin, I'm about to get money off this situation. Keisha thinks that she's getting all this money, and I guess they looked at it as I made money off of a book, and now we're going to come and get our money, because that's what the trolls are telling her, like, oh, Keisha made all this money off a book, which we never disclosed how much we made, but you all should come get money too.
When she made threats towards Jeremy, was it like in person, in text messages? What type of threats was she making?
I think it was a little of both, to be honest. I mean, I've seen majority of their messages, and I would see certain things, but the main thing that I would see between her was if she tried to say something to him, he would just get blocked. Or if he tried to say anything regarding me, she would get in her feelings and get blocked and be kind of like, what about me type of thing. So he would get blocked for weeks at a time. So that's what I mostly saw in the messages. She wouldn't have any direct message back to him. It was kind of like every time he said anything like, hey, look, this is about August. Or she'll say stuff like, he'll say stuff like, oh, how's August? Or checking in with August. And she'll immediately get offended. Like, well, why you ain't gonna check in on me? Why you not asking about me? Or like even with Mother's Day, when I went through his phone, it was like, why you not doing nothing for August for Mother's Day? And I'm like, why does she keep bringing her stuff up? Like, I was really genuinely confused. So and then she came to me when she came over my house, and she was like, I think we all need to have a conversation. And I was like, huh? And she said, I just think that there's some loose ends that we need to cover. And I'm like, what? I said, well, you could just tell me right now, because Jeremy wasn't there. I said, well, you could just tell me right now. I said, are you trying to have sex with Jeremy? Is he trying to have sex with you? And she was like, no, it's nothing like that. And I was like, okay. And then she was like, well, she said it was about August. She told me it was about August. So when she left, of course, when Jeremy got home, I was like, why Ashli asked me X, Y, and Z? And then he was like, she asked you what? And then he would immediately hit her up, and then next thing you know, all was good again.
So there was no extortion to the sense of, I'm going to expose you guys if you don't give me money. Or,
No.
Okay.
No.
Why did you say she was extorting you for money then?
Well, I didn't really mean extorting us. So maybe I misspoke. I didn't mean deliberately extorting us for money, like we better give her like hush money or something like that. What I was trying to say in my words, maybe I was, like I said, misspeaking, because I can't remember exactly my verbatim, but it wasn't extorting us specifically, like don't do this or don't do that. I think she probably, I don't know what she thought I knew or didn't know, but it was more so like, Jeremy, you need to act right because my feelings are involved too, and if you don't act right, then I'm gonna bring this to the internet. And that's exactly what she did. So, but when I spoke to Brilliant Bree, it was just kind of like, she's just at this point, because obviously she can't get what she wants from Jeremy, so now she's threatening to take this to the internet unless he's willing to continue to kiss her ass.
I get the messages, right, from the fake account, and it slick come off as her.
And she want me to read all 600 comments and delete each comment that was made
sending her friend to make a video speaking on my business.
I told the play-by-play of all this craziness that's been taking place.
And you saying that I was messing with this girl the whole time I was in a relationship with Keesha. Girl, that's false.
How did you get on here and call her a bitch?
You were still messaging him and trying to sleep with him after you first went to the internet in August.
Emotions of the mother, because when somebody still wants you, it ain't even about the kid no more. It's about how they feel.